guys, Alex Fedotoff here. So in this video, I want to show you the secrets of scaling Shopify store to over $2 million in the last 20 days here. And not just that, but pretty much kind of like maintaining those results. You can see like 80, 90, $100,000 depending on the day here. I wouldn't be able to get there by myself, right? So at some point in your business, you realize that you cannot get there by yourself and you need to hire. So now it's another like learning curve. If you want to scale your business to significant level, then you'll have to involve other people, and not just random people, but the right type of people. So I'll show you exactly how to find those people, how to get the right type of people on your team so you can scale. So let's get started. These are like three main kind of like principles that allowed us to create a scalable business, right? You start a business by yourself, you get your business to a certain level, and then at some point it starts breaking, right? Like you kind of like putting a lot of tasks on your plate, and you start hiring. Then you hire your first VA, kind of like that evolution kind of like goes for everyone. And oftentimes these first hires, they're great, but at the same time, this is the first principle here, team evolution. What you will realize at some point is that those hires that you bring in, let's say you hire like a VA, right? And they're perfect, they can do different type of tasks, and they can kind of like multitask, and they can kind of like free up a lot of your time. So now you're creating a little bit of freedom for yourself, but at the same time, they won't be able to evolve with you as your business evolves. You know, when I started the business, I had this kind of like conception that, you know, we hire someone and then we work with those people for like 10, 20 years. And that's definitely the case. You know, some of the people we have on our team, we have them since we started the business, amazing people, amazing team members. But for some of them, you will simply outgrow them, right? And as your business evolves, you will realize that those people that help you to get to like seven-figure level won't help you to get to 8-figure level. And specifically that applies to your team leaders. So for example, you have like a first VA, maybe they're efficient, maybe they're great, but now it comes to the point where you start to grow your business and you actually have to bring more VAs, you have to bring more people, and that person might be capable to do that, or in many cases, those people are not capable to do that, they're not able to take that leadership role and train other people underneath them and become a team leader. So what you have to be aware of is that different people have different capacity for leadership, right? And at the end of the day, it's like you want to grow leaders because the leaders will manage other people. So then all of those tasks of like communication and like back and forward, they'll be taking off your plate. So for example, if you still have to communicate with your video editor, oh, we have to do this ad this way, or we have to do it this way, then probably you don't have the right leadership that would do it for you, right? And so now you have to work on bringing the right type of leader that will eliminate yourself from that communication chain so you can focus on higher level things like bringing other offers, you know, bringing more talented people to your team. But you cannot be stuck in those like minutia little things like communicating with your video editor. Or can you remove this slide here? At the beginning, you do whatever it takes, but then over time you have to evolve. So team evolution, knowing the limitation of each person on your team so that you can split ways with them at some point, right? Usually the way I see it is like you bring people to your team to tell you what to do. You know, a lot of people have this like, oh, I have this like system. I have this like system for managing VAs. I can manage like 50 VAs. I can like have like these like step-by-step SOPs and processes. So this is all great, but what happens if things are not going as planned? What happens? Do those people have the decision-making capabilities? Do they have the ability to actually solve the problems when they occur? And in business, you know, problems happen all the time. Let's say ad accounts get shut down. Can those people help you with bringing the SOPs, procedures, and kind of like refine that process and deal with it, or it all falls on your plate? So if they're not able to deal with that, if they're constantly just waiting for you to tell them what to do, those people simply won't allow you to scale. In our business, the point where we were doing like $30,000, $50,000 per day in revenue to the point where, you know, it's like 100, 150 per day in revenue. This happened when we had to split ways with some people that simply couldn't go past that. So that's a team evolution. Basically constantly looking at everyone on your team, helping them grow, helping them to evolve. But if they simply cannot or don't want to evolve, then you just have to find other people that will evolve Hey guys, people have been asking me how we scale to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook. And we have a very sophisticated solution for this that I want to share with you, but it's just like too valuable to give away for free. So if you guys want this solution, just book a call with one of my team members and we'll show you exactly what it is and how it works, and we'll see if that's a good fit for you and for your business. So just book a call with my team member. We'll share it with you so you can scale your business to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, without having inconsistency, and with high profitability. So just book a call with my team and I'll see you there. Number 2, talent census. Sometimes you hire someone, let's say after a few months, you realize that that person is not really good at certain things. You know, for example, we hired a person as a media buyer, right? And he simply was not the best media buyer. He was good, he was decent, but then what he was really good at was the video and creative. But then he transitioned into the role of like managing creative sourcing, testing different variations of the creative, you know, communicating with like video editors. So he was pretty much like a creative director and sourcing a bunch of different variations of the creative so that we could scale. But media buying directly was not his best type of skill set. So for that, we had to bring like another person. So you have to look at people and what skills they have. And maybe there's certain things that they're not perfectly suited for. You need to get the right people on the bus, but not just the right people on the bus, but put those people in the right seats. I don't remember which book was that. It's probably Good to Great. By the way, it's a great book. Get it for yourself if you haven't read it. And also over time, as you evolve as entrepreneur, you will start like seeing talent. You will start seeing people talented with different things. For example, right now, I'm communicating with a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of great e-commerce entrepreneurs, and I'm seeing who has talent for certain things. I'm seeing some people like very structured. They can follow the process. I see some people, they're great with other people, so they can build their teams like almost like effortlessly. Those people, we find ways to collaborate, we find ways to partner, and that's what you develop after time, right? And I wouldn't say my talent kind of like senses are at the like level 10, they're probably like 11, 5 or 6, and they were like a few years ago, they were like at level 1, just like we would find a person and I would try to force them to do certain things that they are not perfectly aligned for, and obviously it didn't work out very well. Many cases we had issues, but that's kind of like the learning process that you go through. Over time, you just become better at it as you grow as entrepreneur. Now, how to develop your talent census? The best way is practice, right? A lot of people, they don't hire other people because they're afraid to make a mistake, right? Oh, what if I hire this person? They're like wrong fit. There's like no way kind of like to surpass that learning curve. You can minimize the amount of mistakes, but you will still be doing mistakes. We have people in our community, E-commerce Scaling Secrets, the best community for e-commerce entrepreneurs. We have 8-figure entrepreneurs that's still making hiring mistakes. Or they're hiring someone and then a few months after they realize that the person kind of like capabilities are limited at certain stage, so they're capped. Their performance is capped, so now they have to bring in another person that wouldn't have that cap or would allow company to go to the next level. Because the team that can get you to like 8-figure level most likely won't be the team that will help you to get to 9-figure level. You'll have to upgrade some of the team, you'll have to bring some experienced people from other companies, you'll have to poach people, you'll have to use recruiters. The level of like talent and the competition for that talent just increases like 100x once you're getting to those like very competitive level. It's easy to hire VA, right? It's easier to hire, like you just post an ad, there's a bunch of them, but then as that level and that talent and that experience grows, it becomes more difficult and more competitive to source the right people, but those people will be life-changing for your company. The difference between success and failure of your company could be one right person or one wrong person, right? Like you hired the wrong person, your company can disappear overnight. Maybe not overnight, but the company will just go in that declining mode. We've had that experience, made those mistakes, so I know how detrimental it can be to bring the wrong person on board. What you can do as well, and I think what is very, very helpful is just being like in the community. So I'm in different like masterminds and I'm hearing stories about entrepreneurs like hiring decisions, how they're making hiring decisions, what are the red flags for those hires that they have made, right? Maybe there was a red flag once, 2 times, 3 times, and so at that point maybe you should have cut that person, the person should have been fired, but then you still decided to maintain, give them like 5th chance or 10th chance, and you still decided to maintain that person, and at the end it didn't work out and you wasted a lot of time, because the most valuable asset is time. If you can like just eliminate like one mistake, one crucial mistake, and not make it, that can save you months of your life, can save you or make you extra hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars. So those mistakes are extremely expensive. Consulting shortcut, and this is something that we started applying, and it works tremendously, right? So as you kind of like evolve to different levels in business, you have to bring this talent. You have to bring the best talent you can get your hands on. But at the same time, it might be hard. But what's easier and what's kind of like good starting point is to bring people, let's say people who have experience. Let's say you wanna go to like 9 figures, and you wanna hire someone who had experience actually growing companies to like 9 figures, maybe on the operations side, on the logistics side, on product development side, on technological side. Now those people have actually been part of that process, growing company to 9 figures of a specific department, specific expertise that you need to get. What you can do is hire those people for consulting, and people that are like in top positions, like chief operating officer, chief marketing officer, chief like technological officer, chief like product development, VP of product development, let's say in the different companies. They're in that position for a reason. And the people that are top performers, obviously they're driven by monetary compensation, they have specific standard for lifestyle, but they're also looking for challenge. They like challenge, right? So what can happen is like you can hire someone for consulting. For example, what I like to do is I go to the company that I would like to emulate. Let's say it's a 9-figure company that have achieved like level where I want to achieve. I go find their people. Maybe it's a chief operating officer. Maybe it's chief marketing officer. And I'm just like, hey, can I buy like in 1 hour of your time, 1 hour consulting? Tell me how much it is. You know, I just want to get your experience and how we can overcome this challenge in our business. Our business is not directly competitive with yours. We're in different niches, and kind of like give them more context. And like 7 times out of 10, people agree, right? To some capacity. Sometimes we have even like collaborations with some people that have expertise, and we're working with them on a more continuous basis. For example, we hire some people to help us with the different workflows, and automations were one of our businesses. We hired consultants to help us with operations, so we get a lot of feedback. And the advantage of these people is like, they don't have a personal agenda. They don't care, you know, they just tell you, okay, so this is good, this is bad, you know? Whereas you might develop, oh, I really like this guy. Maybe his performance like is not that good, but I really like him. I mean, he has such a great personality, and like these people, when they come in, they're like, you should fire this guy. You know, you should fire this person because they're simply not good fit for this position that they're in. Or maybe they will help you to realize that that person simply doesn't have the ability to grow within that position and become a leader of that role, of that department. And so now you're like wasting months trying to turn that person into a leader, and maybe that person will not be a leader. So you get that very direct feedback using this consulting shortcut. Now this also will be easier than hiring someone. Like if your business, let's say you want to hire someone who has grown businesses to 9 figures. Now first, your business needs to be at least like 8-figure level. Second is you have to make it very, very appealing for them to change that position from where they are right now, because they probably have great position, great challenges, amazing team where they're working, to your company. So that will be like quite difficult task, but what you can do is you can get your feet in the door and start that relationship. Because let's say you're starting with them on a consulting basis here, you're paying them, let's say $1,000 per call, or maybe you pay them like $5,000, $10,000 per month for that consulting. But then over time, they will be like, I really like this guy, you know, we already have this like relationship. So now you might ask, okay, so can we kind of like increase our collaboration some ways? Okay, maybe you can dedicate more hours to our business. And then in no time, like few months, you might already have that person on your team full time because they really like working with you, and they already kind of like seen the impact of the changes that they recommended implementing, and you actually done that, you actually implemented that. So this is, guys, what I recommend. This is what helped us to grow our business to multiple 8 figures a year level. And these are pretty much the crucial like elements: the team evolution, Your team needs to evolve as much as your business wants to evolve. Your team needs to evolve, and some people simply won't get you to the level where you want to be. So talent senses, developing your talent senses, seeing who's good at what. Some people good at some people more introverts, some people more extroverts, some people good with other people, some people good with numbers, some people good with analyzing data, some people good with technology. Then consulting shortcut, bring those people that you cannot hire full time, bringing them at least for the consulting so you can gradually integrate them into your company, and also throughout that process, you can get a lot of feedback and you can implement a lot of things from the company who is actually where you want to be. So this is it, guys. These are the 3 insights. I recommend you start implementing them. Let me know if you have any hiring or team building questions in the comments. I'll answer them personally for you. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.